On this episode of This is the Mackenzie Tour PGA Tour Canada, the tour is back in Edmonton with a new event and a new partnership that's already making a difference for those in need.
We've got tons of celebrities out here and tons of golfers really working hard to raise money for a great cause.
We sit down with players who teed it up at the RBC Canadian Open and see the meteoric rise of Aaron Wise. A look inside the Syncrude Oil Country Championship presented by AECON is next. This is the Mackenzie Tour PGA Tour Canada. The Mackenzie Tour PGA Tour Canada returned to Edmonton, Alberta for the first time since 2012. The inaugural Syncrude Oil Country Championship presented by AECON kicked off the second half of the season, showcasing a new partnership with the Oilers Entertainment Group.
We really want to extend our brand out, and we thought, hey, no better sport than in golf, and to get into the Mackenzie Tour is just a great step for us. We really want to build this tournament. We're in this for the long term. This is year one of many years to come.
It's the first professional golf event in OEG's expanding list of sports and entertainment properties.
I think it's awesome. I mean, I've followed the Canadian Tour since probably the early 80s, so to see the Oilers get involved in this, our community side, the whole works, see all the guys out, I think it's a great deal, and it's great to support the Mackenzie Tour now. I mean, it's growing in Canada, so it's nice to see it back in the city.
This tour, I think, is just going to continue to grow as golf continues to grow, and then hopefully we can put a positive mark on golf here in Edmonton.
The 156-man field, which included 35 Canadians and 4 current tournament champions, teed it up on a great Edmonton track, Glendale Golf and Country Club. The 7,247-yard par 72 is where James Hahn captured his first of 2 victories during the 2009 season, which helped propel him on his path to the PGA Tour.
Glendale Golf and Country Club was opened in 1961. Norman Woods was the designer. He's designed some various other courses around Western Canada primarily. Parkland setting, quite tough. It's a very fair course where they can score. So there are a lot of birdies available out here, but again, it rewards good shot making.
It's a course that honorary chairman and Edmonton Oilers legend Grant Fuhr knows well.
They're gonna have a lot of fun with the greens. And the greens out here are deceptively quick, and they've got some deceptive breaks in them, so they'll test how good a putter they really are.
The 10th hole seems to be the toughest. Dogleg left, it's a long par 4. Demands a very accurate long tee shot to have a middle iron into the green, so a lot of guys struggle with that.
Glendale is a true test of golf, showcasing the best the Mackenzie Tour has to offer and who's next on the PGA Tour.
It's a pipeline directly into the PGA Tour, so some of the great college players, All-Americans coming out of the U.S. programs are all here this week and should be exciting.
One of those young stars making a move in the first round of the Syncrude Oil Country Championship presented by AECON, 2016 NCAA champion Aaron Wise. The former Oregon Duck opened with a 5-under-67 in his second start of the season.
It's a good start to the tournament. My game feels good, and there are a few putts out there that were really close to dropping, a couple lip outs, so there's definitely a lower score out there, but I played very well.
Burlington, Ontario native Michael Gligic fired a 6-under-66, setting the early pace in round 1. Gligic has worked his way up to 7th on the order of merit and is coming off 2 top 5 finishes in his last 2 starts.
I just kind of minimized some of the mistakes. Earlier on in the year, I kind of had a errant miss. I had this right shot that I couldn't get rid of, and it would kind of pop out a couple times around and would get me in trouble. So I got rid of that, worked hard on my swing, and I've just been rolling the putter pretty good.
But it was Ohio's Tim Ailes who posted the top score of the day, shooting a 7-under-65 at Glendale Golf and Country Club to take the lead before play was suspended. The 43-year-old Mackenzie Tour rookie carded 6 birdies and an eagle on the day to lead by 1 over 5 players, including Texas's Austin Connolly and Calgary's Riley Fleming. Next, Edmonton Oilers tee it up in support of their neighbors in Fort McMurray.
That's a devastating disaster that happened there, so it's good to get back.
All that and more when this is the Mackenzie Tour PGA Tour Canada returns. This is the Mackenzie Tour PGA Tour Canada.
It's nice to meet you.
The hockey and golf worlds came together in Edmonton as the Oilers Entertainment Group partnered with the Mackenzie Tour PGA Tour Canada for a celebrity pro-am at the Syncrude Oil Country Championship presented by AECON.
Got great weather here. We got a bunch of the Oilers players along with the pro golfers, so it's going to be a great mix.
It's going to be fun. Maybe I can pick up some tips and learn a couple things.
There we go. Good birdie. It's pretty cool to be able to be asked to take part in something like this. Hockey is Canada's sport, so it's pretty cool.
I love golf. I play quite a bit, and to get out with some of these guys on the tour here, it's fun to see how good they are.
And anytime I get a chance to represent the Oilers, and obviously back here in Edmonton, it's a great opportunity for me, and it's a lot of fun for me. So it was easy to come back home and do this.
While the day was designed to be fun, the partnership between the two sports groups also had a purpose bigger than any game. All the money raised from the day benefited those just 435 kilometers north, as the community of Fort McMurray is working to recover from one of the costliest disasters in Canadian history. A wildfire this past May caused the evacuation of more than 90,000 people and the loss of 2,400 homes and buildings.
When you look at how much damage was done and how many people lost their homes or even like businesses, it is sad.
It was devastating what happened up there, and if we can help in some small way to the family, it's really important to OEG.
The people that were affected in Fort McMurray were our friends, our colleagues, our neighbors. Our hearts go out to them, not only then back in May when the fires occurred, but now people are faced with all sorts of challenges to rebuild their communities. So we know that the funds are going to be put to work in the Fort McMurray community.
It's terrible what happened. We were supposed to play there, but we can't. Just hoping everything goes well in the recovery there, and yeah, hopefully we can help out today.
The devastation hit close to home for those on the Mackenzie Tour, causing the cancellation of the 2016 Syncrude Oil Open presented by AECON, a popular event on tour for both fans and players since 2011.
My first concern was, I have family and a billet family I've stayed with up there for a few years, and it puts golf in perspective. It's just a sport, our hearts were going out to the people of Fort McMurray.
They were some of the nicest people I met all year. That's why it makes it pretty tough to swallow to see that a lot of them lost their homes and their jobs. I think that should be good.
With their thoughts on those impacted by the fire, the Tour and the Oilers came together on this day to raise much-needed money for relief efforts.
And that's a devastating disaster that happened there. You saw the community come back and support all of Fort McMurray and especially Edmonton here. So it's good to give back to them, and hopefully it's going to be a quick recovery.
They're out here doing this, doing it for the right reasons, and they like to play golf, so it's sort of a win-win in both ways.
Clear skies and pristine course conditions greeted the players in the second round of the Syncrude Oil Country Championship presented by AECON. As one of 8 players in the field who competed at Glendale back in 2009, Washington's Brock Mackenzie made a run in round 2. The 35-year-old veteran and 2-time Mackenzie Tour champion climbed into a share of the lead with a bogey-free 6 under 66.
Fortunately, it was one of those days. It was pretty easy. I think my longest par putt was 3 feet. I missed a couple greens. I think I only had to chip once, so it would have been nice to make a couple more birdies. Hopefully I can take advantage of the par 5s a little more this weekend. Pretty stress-free so far.
Mackenzie reached the 11 under mark, tying Aaron Wise and second-year Mackenzie Tour member Joseph Harrison, who teed it up with a conservative game plan at Glendale and successfully posted a 6 under 66.
Just to keep it in play, keep the big numbers out of the options. I only made a couple bad swings today, but I bounced back pretty well on the back 9.
First-round leader Tim Ailes started off with 2 birdies in his first 4 holes, but finished with an even par 72, falling out of contention. He would finish in a tie for 15th. Alberta native Riley Fleming kept pace on day 2, shooting a 4 under 68 to get within 1 of the lead pack. The 23-year-old is looking to rebound here in Edmonton after making just 2 of 6 cuts this season.
It's been a frustrating season. I've been telling people that it's close. I'm getting tired of telling people that it's close. I feel like I'm playing well, and the scores haven't been there yet, but it really feels good to just play what I feel like I've been doing the last few weeks and finally shoot some low numbers. I just wish the Alberta swing came over earlier, I guess. Get the season off to their start.
The 4-under cut line was the lowest cut to par this season. 11 players within 3 shots of the lead will look to chase down Brock Mackenzie, Joseph Harrison, and Aaron Wise on moving day. Coming up on This is the Mackenzie Tour PGA Tour Canada.
Yes, sir. That was pure.
We catch up with Mackenzie Tour grad JJ Spahn as he makes his run through the Web.com Tour.
And trending in the right direction and just trying to play every week as it comes and enjoy the ride.
And then we find out who makes a charge in round 3 of the Syncrude Oil Country Championship presented by AECON. This is the Mackenzie Tour PGA Tour Canada. Each year at the midway point of the Mackenzie Tour PGA Tour Canada season, the RBC Canadian Open presents a reward for the tour's best. And for Dan McCarthy, Taylor Moore, and Adam Cornelson, their early play put them on top of the Mackenzie Tour Order of Merit, earning them a dream exemption for a week on the PGA Tour.
Adam Cornelson, who is 3 on the money list on the Mackenzie Tour, hence his invite to this tournament.
To play on the PGA Tour for my first time was fantastic. A lot of the guys were really nice to me, and yeah, it was an experience I'll never forget.
It was awesome just being out there with some guys that you grow up, watching on TV and playing against them and competing against them. It was a really cool experience.
It was a lot of fun. I didn't feel out of place or anything like that, which was good. I didn't play the way I had hoped, but I felt very comfortable out there, so that was a positive thing for me.
And they were not alone, as fellow Mackenzie Tour players Ben Taylor and Corey Connors played their way into the event through the Monday qualifier.
Downhill left to right, there's plenty of speed. If it holds its line, it's going to be an excellent putt. It's striking, just missing on the low side. A good bold attempt by the Canadian.
It was an honor to play a PGA Tour event. It was an amazing experience and in front of a lot of hometown fans.
Success wasn't measured by where they finished, but by what they took away from a week amongst the game's best.
Once I got over the nerves that it was just golf again, I learned I could play out there, and I took a lot of confidence away from that.
I just tried to pick up on everything I could, preparation stuff in order to get ready for the tournament, traveling as much as we do and getting used to different golf courses week in and week out. That's what I'll take with me.
There's really not a whole lot of difference between my game and their game. I think they're a little bit more used to that whole show. They know where to go, how to do it, when to do it.
Making the cut and playing all 4 rounds is definitely a step up. Played well to make it to the weekend. Definitely didn't play my best golf, but nice to know that my game is good enough to compete up there with the top players in the world.
Playing in that tournament, it's definitely motivation moving forward.
As the halfway point of the season passes, playing in a PGA Tour event only drives the desire further to achieve more and earn a spot inside the final top 5.
I'm going to try to win every tournament I tee it up in. The goals are the same as they were before, and trying to keep it in the fairway and put it on the green and hold the putt for birdies.
I'm really excited for the rest of the season. This is a great kind of proving ground and stepping stone to progress up through the ranks, and I think if you can have success here, you can have success anywhere.
Advancing to the next level, the Web.com Tour is what's on everyone's mind. And the boys from the Mackenzie Tour can look to one of their own as the example.
I'm JJ Spahn, and this is my ultimate goal.
The 2015 Mackenzie Tour PGA Tour Canada Player of the Year and Order of Merit winner JJ Spahn is proving his mettle at the next level.
Yes, sir. That was pure.
The first half has gone pretty well for me. It's kind of been trending in the right direction and just trying to play every week as it comes and enjoy the ride.
He has a solid game, and I tried to watch him a bit this year, just playing on the Mackenzie Tour last year, and he's a guy that's very consistent, makes a lot of cuts, makes a lot of birdies, and you try to replicate that as much as you can.
I played with JJ early on last season, and you could tell he was going to have a good year. His game just looked very tight and very sharp.
The 26-year-old California native has locked up his Web.com Tour card with 5 top 10 finishes thus far, including 2 second-place finishes in a 4-week run.
Won last year on the Mackenzie Tour, which is PGA Tour Canada. Won the Order of Merit. And that got him onto the Web.com Tour. Now he's trying to go straight to the PGA Tour after just a year.
After just one season on the Web.com Tour, Spahn has climbed to 6th on the money list with 9 events remaining on the schedule. And at season's end, he will become the 7th player from the Mackenzie Tour to earn a PGA Tour card.
I think I just need to keep doing what I'm doing, stay confident, keep sticking with my strategies as far as how to attack the course and keeping things simple. I kind of got the hard work taken care of, so it's just kind of cruising it out the rest of the season.
Validation that, you know, if you win on this tour, you can win on the next tour. There's a lot of talent out here too, so if you can play and compete out here, you can play and compete on the bigger tours.
It's an accomplishment that I've been wanting to complete for a while now. I'm one step closer to being on the big stage on the PGA Tour.
The lead pack held strong as others tried to make a move during the 3rd round of the Syncrude Oil Country Championship presented by AECON. One of those climbing the leaderboard, Georgia's Seth Reeves. He shot the round of the tournament with an 8 under 64 on Saturday to get within 2 of the lead.
I'm not going to put any high expectations even for tomorrow, but I just want to continue to get better. Hopefully improve on some of my better finishes this year and get something better than those, which I'm in great position. I know I can win. Got to keep with my process and keep improving.
36-hole co-leaders Aaron Wise and Brock Mackenzie posted a pair of 66s, setting up a Sunday showdown at Glendale Golf and Country Club. Mackenzie, a 2-time tour winner, cruised along for most of the day before catching fire with an eagle birdie run starting at the par 5 14th to grab a share of the lead. Wise then rolled in a 15-footer for birdie on 18 to post his 2nd straight 66. But Mackenzie was able to match him with a birdie of his own, and the two closed with the share of the lead at 17 under par. Argentina's Puma Dominguez climbed into the hunt with a 5 under 67, while second-round co-leader Josh Harrison fell out of contention with a 3 over 74 on moving day. He would finish his campaign in a tie for 19th. After the break, will a veteran hold strong on Championship Sunday, or will a rising star take the title in Edmonton? Find out when this is the Mackenzie Tour PGA Tour Canada returns. This is the Mackenzie Tour PGA Tour Canada. The final round of the Syncrude Oil Country Championship presented by AECON went down to the wire as players battled for the 7th trophy of the season and valuable position on the order of merit. Playing in the final group, Aaron Wise and Brock Mackenzie started the day in a dead heat at 18 under. Wise struck first, opening with birdies on the 1st and 3rd holes. He closed out the front 9 with a birdie on the par 5 9th, making the turn at 19 under par with a 1-stroke advantage over Mackenzie. Mackenzie rebounded from an opening bogey, carding birdies at 8 and 9 to go 1 under on the front side. Meanwhile, playing in the group ahead of the leaders, Argentina's Puma Dominguez was making a run. He posted 2 birdies on the front 9 to make the turn at 17 under. The Order of Merit leader on PGA Tour Latino America birdied the par 3 13th hole on the back 9 and then parred the final 5 holes, closing out his tournament with a 4 under 68 and the early clubhouse lead at 18 under. But that wouldn't be enough to hold off the lead group. Determined, Wise birdied the 10th hole, while Mackenzie could only net a par. Wise carried a 2-stroke advantage into the par 5 17th, but a costly bogey opened the door for Mackenzie. However, the veteran couldn't get up and down from the bunker for birdie.
I definitely thought that was my opening, especially with being greenside bunker. You know, I didn't realize how difficult my bunker shot was going to be.
Mackenzie had one more opportunity on the 72nd hole with a 20-foot birdie putt that just wouldn't fall.
I hit what I thought was a pretty good putt. It actually went left, and I thought it was going to go right. At the beginning of the day, if I had a chance, you know, if I was 1 down going to the last hole, I figured anything can happen.
He had so many putts just like that one that were so close, and you knew with 20 feet up the hill, right to left, he was going to give it a good shot. And luckily for me, I guess it didn't go in, but he gave great battle all day, and he played incredible. He's a great player.
Wise parred the final hole for a 2 under 70 and his first professional victory in just his 2nd Mackenzie Tour start.
We don't get many opportunities as young guys turning pro, and you got to take advantage of every one of them. It's crazy, you know. I didn't think it would be possible this quickly.
The 20-year-old from California is the youngest player to win on the Mackenzie Tour, and he joins former Oregon Ducks Daniel Mernicki and Eugene Wong as Mackenzie Tour champions.
I can't even describe it. I battled all day long, and I got a couple good breaks and a couple bad breaks for it all to come in and for me to win. That was the goal, and I'm very excited.
With his victory, Aaron Wise shakes up the order of merit with just 5 events left to play. Max Rotliff holds on to the 5th position after missing the cut in Edmonton, while Wise climbs into the 4th spot despite having just played 2 events this season. Adam Cornelsen also missed the cut but maintains his position in 3rd, while Taylor Moore climbs closer to Dan McCarthy with a T5 finish this week. Dan McCarthy missed the cut for the first time this season, but still holds a sizable lead over the chase pack. The Syncrude Oil Country Championship presented by AECON was a huge success. The event raised $50,000, with Syncrude donating an additional $20,000 for Fort McMurray.
Some other solutions, they work with individuals and families, specifically in the areas of mental health. And so we know that the funds are going to be put to work in the Fort McMurray community. This is the first year of a 5-year commitment here in Edmonton, so we're looking forward to working together for a long time.
I think sports like golf really are what brings community together.
In addition to funds generated by the tournament, the RBC Walk for Fort McMurray presented by Global Edmonton raised an additional $20,000 for some other solutions, bringing the total charitable contributions up to $90,000. Thanks for watching. This is the Mackenzie Tour PGA Tour Canada. Join us next week when the tour heads to Calgary for the ATB Financial Classic. For all the latest news, highlights, and live scoring from Country Hills, log on to PGAtour.com or follow us on all your favorite social media channels.